It's such a pinch point on the apex here. Yeah. But not doing anything. Or did he?
Right at the start. And of course, he's right behind Hulkenberg.
His time with the Red Bull setup. This is into turn 22. Look at how Crash! Off the road and into the wall. A heavy one.
Yeah, hit that inside wall. Well called, Julian. That track rod was broken.
Hit the wall.
Okay, can you bring it back, Lance?
No, I'm in the wall.
No, copy that.
It appears to be turn 6 all over again for Alex Albon.
He is exactly as you say, lost it over that curb. Had a slight correction, but this is Albert Park, and it's punishing. Wow, slam, right-hand side. You can really hear it there.
As they make their way through and off into the wall. Off into the wall goes the two cars.
Then gets a decent chance to come alongside, and there's the touch. So there was the driver on the inside of Ricciardo. Albon was sort of aiming towards a space that was closing.
Just squeeze, nowhere to go.
There's the end of the race for the Australian driver. And this is a circuit that we've been racing at since 1987. Oh, contact at the back between Stroll and I think Ricciardo. And this is why. This was at the head. Oh, that is ridiculous. That is a huge hit for Stroll, who then had to pit. This is what it looked like on board.
Idiot should stand on the brake, check wing
They just
damage.
clobbered him.
Yeah.
Switch back out of 1 into 2. Yes, indeed.
Oof.
And I don't think Logan knew he was there.
That is the sound of Sargent going into the wall. And that is the end of the race. It is a huge moment.
Already on the limit of the rear, and then as he turns in for the final part, whoosh, round he goes, skittish and unstable the whole way through. And that one just turning off the curb, but just nothing too irregular in Fernando's line there.
Gone either way there with, well, there you
further
go,
back.
further incident. Is that Perez in the Red Bull missing corners?
Oh, that's a big crash that we didn't see. Look further back. Perez heavily into the wall, collects one Haas, and then the second one has nowhere to go. That is so unusual to see. Watch Perez. It's going to be down the inside. It's Magnussen with the clip.
Perez should have opened, given him a bit more space to go side by side up there.
He's in the middle of the track. He's defending his position. He is then hit from the rear.
Oh, my word. That is a massive.
Yeah, big crash.
To a miserable Montreal. Round he goes. And when he rejoined, clobbered by Alex Albon, who had nowhere to go.
Because Albon and Sainz came off. So Sainz has his own moment. Oh, it's gutting for Albon.
So unlucky. Hamilton to the inside, though. Hamilton risking it all. We get contact between the two of them. We get Hamilton going by.
Then it was like, oh, okay, it's too much. On you go.
One more time to the apex of turn number 1.
He touched me. He ran me up. Check the onboard incident.
Copy.
He can sweep his normal racing line. Let's just take a look at Hamilton. And yeah,
He's let's see, on board with Leclerc now. That's his teammate ahead, Hamilton on the side. Leclerc gets the whack with Piastri then, but I think that's an unfair move, and we can see it here.
No, this is happening live on track at the moment.
Now let's see what contact here for Alex Albon.
So Hulkenberg's off. Oh, that's the contact. So it was in the melee with Hulkenberg.
As a result of this, if you look ahead, Bosch, yeah, contact made.
The outside of turn 5, which is newly crossed. Oh
My word.
He launched off it, up high into the barrier.
Okay, something happened. Sorry.
yeah, very unusual.
Stroll has gone off. He's hit the wall, and that is why the yellow has turned into a red.
Here we go. It's in over.
On boards. Oh, there's a lot of runoff area there in comparison to recent years, and Lance Stroll is grateful for it.
It's so difficult. Lance is a great driver in wet conditions, but this is just panic station.
Oh, and he never gets off the curb on the exit of turn 3 and straight to the scene of the accident.
It reminds me slightly... Oh, crunch. It reminds me slightly of his crash in Suzuka practice last year.
Just not allowing the car to come back onto the circuit. And you never want to give up lap time when you're inside the car.
Managed to make the corner, but he's carrying so much speed. And
Antonelli spins into the gravel and into the wall. on debut in FP1.
On the first run, we were on board with the whole lap at that point. We just joined this at the end because he was about to go P1, but he was just chancing it too much with the grip level being where it is. Likely going to end up in this car for next year. But it's a fine line between a hero and a villain, and he's just done exactly that.
And this one's not over yet. We're heading into the wall at high speed. Sainz and Perez make a collision at high speed. Perez is out.
Through, they're side by side, and they just sort of drift into each other. It's so needless.
What happened there?
Is she crazy or what?
What happened?
Idiot.
Piastri ringing the speed from the McLaren car off in the background there. Big moment off the wall. Carlos Sainz. We saw him. Now listen in.
Oh my goodness, rear tyre just wasn't there.
And then you see Verstappen coming through just behind as well. So that's bam, Sainz into the wall on his outlap.
Yeah, I don't know if it was cold tires, dirtier, or it was fixed up.
Through the racetrack, and a big moment off the road. George Russell in the Mercedes finds the barrier, heading into turn 19 with George Russell. It is an illustration for how much speed they are taking through that corner.
You're right.
They're daring themselves to the limit, but that was beyond, and Russell was chasing it. But George Russell into the wall to bring out the red flag.
Through 7. And you could just hear, here we go, we're on the apex, it's bouncing. You could hear the spike of wheel spin. Yeah, it's actually a pretty big impact, that one, for George.
Yeah, square into the Tech Pro that does its job. A heavy hit into the wall. Lawson, Alonso and Stroll. This is the moment that sent the Thai driver locking wheels, spinning the car and into the barrier. It was an odd snap. It was a strange movement at the back of the car, and Alex...
Did the brakes fail?
We're checking. Oh, Alex, are you okay?
Yeah.
We're checking on the brakes. So from our side, brakes look okay. You can still hear me.
Oh, big crash! And once again, there's a Williams with enormous damage. Franco Colapinto.
Hit the inside wall. There you go. And that is an immovable concrete wall. Driver error, misjudgment. I think it's highlighted. He's actually moved the concrete barrier.
With the position he was in there, in this angle, you might see Hulkenberg further back, having his own moment. Was he already touching Ocon or not? And actually, Colapinto is the victim in that. Ocon's going to dive round the outside at the first corner. And Hulk's just got absolutely no grip, so he's already locked up the right front.
And we're going to see, was there contact that resulted in this?
Gonna have to be surely. Lock up for Valtteri Bottas. Oh my word, huge lock up.
Those front tyres not quite working.
Oh, isn't that just great?
And the Haas.
Yep, on the inside, just no front grip.
Two drivers looking at their last Grand Prix start, to have it end like that is really unfortunate for both.
That's tough stuff.